Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tuts, and today we're going to finish off our function where we're enqueuing a script, and today we're going to be adding a hook and we're going to be fixing a typo, looking up a new function in the codex, and getting this thing working. Well, this is something where we learn about hooks, and what a hook does is it basically looks for some other action that's going on in the loading of WordPress, and it adds your function to it. So we're going to type add underscore action, and keep in mind that that might have been a very broad explanation of hooks. We're going to talk about them more. For this particular instance, that's all you need to know though. Add underscore action is a function here that's going to hook into another action. So when I hit in quotes here, keep in mind this has to be a string, so we're putting it in quotes. It's WP underscore NQ script. I'm going to make sure I'm spelling enqueue right because that's sometimes a tough one. Okay. And then I'm going to say comma. And now we want to give it the name of our function to pass it, also in a string. So I'm going to copy and paste this 2014, paste it right in here. And now we can finish this line up with a semicolon. So what this is doing is saying when WordPress is loading up the scripts, then run this function. This function says, hey, you're loading up the scripts, add extra JS to your loading process. Okay, now let's come back to our page. And when I refresh, you'll notice that our alert didn't pop up. And if we refresh this, extra.js is still not here. And that is actually because of a typo. If we come back to this add action, you'll notice that I had WP enqueue script here. And while this is the same as this function, the hook is not actually WP enqueue script, it's actually WP enqueue scripts. So this function is still correct, but this one needs an S. And another typo, get template directory. I quickly decided that this was URL. It's actually URI. My apologies for that as well. So get template directory URI. Now if we save this, refresh our page. Okay, let's check out the source, search for extra.js. You'll now look, we actually have our extra.js in the code. However, it's clearly not the right file because it's looking in themes 2014 JS extra. So of course, if we tried to open this, it would not find it. Okay, so further going down our troubleshooting, what we can do as a next step. Perhaps, how do you troubleshoot these things, right? So what you can do is, it's going to be a very valuable skill to have. So if we Google get template directory URI, and the first hit is going to be the WordPress Codex. Now this codex is going to become something that you visit very frequently. If we click here, now we see some function reference stuff. What this says is that in the event of a child theme is being used, the parent theme directory URI will be returned. So obviously this is not the functionality that we want. Now directly below that, it says use get style sheet directory URI to include resources that are intended or to be included in overridden by a child theme. So we want the child theme, so we can click this right here and it'll give us some more reading about this function. And that's really how this codex works, is that it's a explanation about all of these functions exist and how you can use them, what sort of arguments, parameters they take. So even though this says style sheets, it's getting the style sheet directory, which ends up being the child theme. So we want to use this function get style sheet directory URI. Okay, now let's come back to our Sublime text and we can just paste this right in here, just like that. And let's come back to our code. Now when I refresh this, we should see our alert, which says yo. And of course, when we refresh this, we now have our proper JavaScript file in here. So you have now added a function, functions.php, you've enqueued a script, you've written a function, you've used a hook, and you've used the WordPress Codex all in one fell swoop here. So that's a lot of information to take in. Go around the WordPress Codex, read a bunch of stuff, check it out. If you have white screen loading or something, you probably maybe missed a semicolon or didn't close something correctly. So go ahead and make sure that your functions and everything is written correctly. So as always, this is Scott with Level Up Tuts. If you have any questions or comments, leave a comment on the video or hit us up at Twitter or Facebook at Level Up Tuts. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.